Hi parents and students, this is Principal Halter. Parents and kids, soon you will be getting a folder from your language arts teacher. Remember back before Christmas break, you guys had to take a bunch of mid-year assessments. So some of you took up to 8 tests between December to January, and they assessed all things like how you grew on Achieve 3000, how you grew in reading and math scores, how you did on the civics exam so far, and science. And so, as a parent myself, I wondered, well, why do we take these tests and what does it tell us? So I first want to tell you that you all are learning a lot of things this year, students, and you're doing a great job. So no matter what these tests tell you, we celebrate the fact that you are showing up to school, that you are learning things that cannot be assessed on these tests, like how to be a better student, how to be a better friend, how to be a better person. And so what we're going to do is that this folder just informs you how you did on those tests. Because the important thing is when we take the test and we take the time to take the test, we just need to reflect on what that test tells us and then respond accordingly. So what you're going to do, just like you're learning in your Get Set lessons every day on how to be a better student and a better person, you are just going to be reflecting on things like goal setting and making sure that we move forward because you still have 5 months of school. So parents and students, what you're going to be getting through your language arts teacher is a folder. Inside that folder, it will explain to you, and this is a parent letter that will go home, and it explains what the tests were, what the measurements are, and what they mean. So parents, please take a moment to read over that. Students, on the back, it explains exactly how you did on those tests and what that means to you. You will also get a report from iReady. So some of you will get a math report and a reading report, and some of you will just get a reading report if you take algebra or geometry. Students who took Algebra Geometry Performance Matters tests, you will not get a report back, as that measures your growth for an entire year's worth of learning. And guess what? It's January and February and we haven't done all the learning yet. So I didn't want you to look at a test score that was really low and freak out. So we're just not going to look at those because you're still learning, right? So the other thing you're going to see is an Achieve 3000 report. Parents, this is really cool, especially as a parent myself, in seeing your kids take Achieve 3000 assignments, 1 per week, maybe even 2. Some of you, if you're in a reading class, take it almost every day. And so what does that mean and how does that help you grow as a learner? So parents, you can see where their Lexile level is and how it has changed over the course of the first 5 months of school. So take a minute to look at that as well. And then what you're going to do, students, in your language arts class, you are going to fill this form out. It is a reflection of how did you do on each of these scores, because again, it's all about how we reflect and we respond and we move forward. The other thing is you're going to look at, it asks you, how did you feel about your progress this year? So it doesn't have to be just on these tests, but how are you learning this year and what are you learning and how do you feel about it? Then it's talking about what steps can you continue to be a great student for the rest of the year. So this is where you're going to set a goal for how you're doing and what you can do. Remember, parents and students, we offer tutoring Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, morning and afternoon. So really, we're here to help you. Also, every student is in a Cougar Nation on Wednesdays, which is where you're placed into a class to help you continue to grow and learn in the area you may need the help the most. So again, parents, they are getting an hour of intervention time every Wednesday built into their day to help them with things like this. Also, you do a Get Set lesson. That's 10 minutes every day in the morning where we focus on social emotional learning. So how are you as a student? How are you as a friend? How can you handle peer pressure? How can you handle stress? So this, I want you to reflect on some things that you've learned this year and how you can build that into your goal that you are setting above. So what does this mean? You are then to conference with one teacher that you really connect with, one adult in this building that you really want to talk to. So it could be your language arts teacher, it could be your reading teacher, math teacher, PE teacher. I want you to pick one and you're going to talk to them about your goals. You are then going to have that teacher initial the top corner, okay? Then parents, you are going to look at this folder. This folder is yours to keep. Students can keep it or parents can go in the fridge, whatever you want. But this is to parents, if you will, just talk to them about their goals and reflect on those tests, and then you're going to sign down here that you've talked to them. Then, students, you'll have your name on here, and then what I'm challenging each of you is to come find me, Mr. DeMarie, or Miss Green during lunch, and to just talk about it and show us your folder, your form, your green form, and just talk about your goal for the rest of the year, okay? So again, when you talk to all those stakeholders, we just want to know that you are continuing to focus on your learning and celebrate that you're pretty darn awesome. And we're glad that you're here at Green Cove, and we're glad to be a part of the learning process. Anyone who shares their green folder with us with those signatures will get a treat during lunchtime. So please come find an administrator after you're done so that we can continue to celebrate your success. Thank you for all that you're doing at Green Cove. We're all proud of every single one of you, and we continue to see you learn for the rest of the year.